everyone, welcome to the Millennial. We're going to be making a burrito bowl inspired by Chipotle. Back when I was in grad school, I used to go to Chipotle like every week because that was like the only fancy restaurant that I could afford at the time. And so I just decided like why shouldn't I just learn how to make something similar to it? So I did. I personally love making this in the middle of the week when I'm busy. It's very quick and easy to make, and so if you're interested in learning how to make this recipe, let's get into it. I already cleaned my chicken, so first I'm going to put it on the cutting board and chop it up into cubes. Now I'm going to use my chilies. If you're not a person who likes spicy food, then I would recommend using like chili powder and salt to your taste, but I like my stuff spicy, so now I'm just pouring my chilies into a cup because I have a NutriBullet. As you can see, I already cut off the stem of the chili and released all the seeds from it. Sometimes I like to leave the seeds in it just to make it spicy, but if you're not about that life, then take out all the seeds. I'm using 2 garlics just because garlic makes everything extremely good. Pouring in some water. You can add some salt if you like. I'm just adding in some black pepper, and then you're going to blend it up. Blended the chilies for a minute or so, and it's going to come out as a thick paste, so just going to scoop that out and mix it around in the chicken just to make sure everything is covered in the paste. This is optional, but I'm going to marinate my chicken for 30 minutes in the fridge. Now I'm going to put some oil in a pan on medium-high. Once you see that the oil is starting to get hot, you're going to pour the chicken into the pan and cook it for about 6 to 8 minutes. I like my chicken cooked all the way through, so if you're like me, you're going to wait till that 8 to 10 minute mark. So now I'm going to be making my rice. I'm making this rice for 2, but if you have a bigger family, you can add more rice. But I'm going to add 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. Feel free to use chicken broth or veggie broth to spice it up. And once you cook it on low for 20 minutes, it should come out something like this. Now I'm going to be making my cilantro lime rice by pouring in some cilantro and squeezing 1 lime. If you want to add more cilantro, feel free. If you don't like cilantro, you can just skip this step. Now I'm going to be pouring the corn with the rice. I know this is extremely different than Chipotle style corn, but trust me, this is much easier and it tastes equally as good. Now I'm going to cook 1 slice of bacon, and you're going to cook it for 3 to 4 minutes. Once you see that it's starting to cook, you're going to add 1 minced garlic. Now I'm going to add 1 can of pinto beans. And then add some salt. I'm going to cook the pinto beans on low for 5 minutes. So now I'm going to be making the sour cream. If you like your sour cream thick, then I would suggest to leave it as is, but I'm just going to be pouring a little bit of water along with the sour cream just to make it that Chipotle style. So I already start smashing down 2 avocados. You can add more or less. I'm going to add some onions to that and squeeze a lime. Feel free to add some salt, some pepper, whatever spices that makes you comfortable, but I'm just going to be adding salt and mixing everything up. going to be using some store-bought salsa just to make things easier. I'm also going to be adding some cheese. And voila! Here goes your homemade version of a Chipotle bowl. I wouldn't say this is authentic Mexican food because yeah, but I definitely can say this is an easy, delicious recipe that you can make during the week. As you can see, making the burrito bowl is kind of like similar like Chipotle. So you have your rice, your beans, your meat. You could definitely switch out. You can have pinto beans or you can have black beans. If you're not a big fan of like spicy food, I'm Belizean, so I love spicy food. But if you don't like spicy food, you can just put salt and pepper and maybe like some chili powder in your meat. So this is a do you kind of situation. But I personally love to have the thick paste on it because it gives me like a Chipotle vibe. That's kind of what I was going for. But I hope you enjoyed watching this recipe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.